And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California, where it is bright and sunny. And yes, it's another hot one out there. And besides Bitcoin's price action and exactly where I think the prices are going to go over the next few days, I do want to touch on a few crypto news topics that I found were pretty interesting. One here on Yahoo Finance. eBay, they just acquired NFT marketplace known origin for an undisclosed amount. And this is pretty interesting because it's just another giant stepping into the NFT marketplace. We spoke about Lotus yesterday, launching NFTs for their Lotus cars. Known Origin was founded in 2018, facilitated 7.8 million in trade volume since launch, based on figures on Daptar. With this acquisition, we will remain a leading site as our community is increasingly adding digital collectibles. That is the quote from Cme Gap. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The CEO of eBay, who just made a statement. Last month, eBay released its debut collection of NFTs in partnership with Tezos and Polygon, based on a Polygon-based NFT platform. And so that's pretty exciting for eBay, trying to take a step in the right direction against their big competitor, Amazon. And I won't be surprised if Amazon is stepping up to the plate with the next kind of NFT marketplace. Okay, next piece of news. Citibank chooses Swiss firm Medico for digital asset custody. So what does this mean? Another bank. Yesterday we spoke about Visa, launching their new LATAM crypto credit cards. Well, Citibank has just selected Swiss cryptocurrency custody firm Medico to develop the bank's digital asset safekeeping capabilities. What do you think that means? The bank is planning to allow you to store your crypto at the bank. Why would they want to hold your crypto? I wonder if they think this is going to be a long-term thing, or if Bitcoin's going to zero, or Bitcoin's dead, like you see all those stupid headlines out there. Anyways, Citi holds about 27 trillion in assets under custody. They intend to fully integrate Medico's harmonized crypto custody platform, the company said on Wednesday. The announcement concerns Citi Securities Services team. A representative for the bank pointed out via email, meaning the focus for now will be around things like tokenized securities, representations of stocks and bonds moved around the settled using blockchain. Like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, Citi offers trading in Bitcoin futures. And in November of last year, and by the way, we've got Bitcoin futures too. In November last year, the bank revealed plans to hire 100 staffers to beef up a digital asset division for institutional clients. Quote, "We are witnessing the increased digitization of investment assets along with new native digital assets. We are innovating and developing new capabilities to support digital asset classes that are becoming increasingly relevant to our clients." So another great article. I'll drop that in the link in the description below. Not only that, if you want to learn how to trade, right? Because this is a trader's reality. All those people out there, that don't think trading means anything or it doesn't work. I got news for you. It does. And if you saw my Instagram channel, by the way, I'll leave a link for that in the description below as well. If you care to check in on not only some of my crypto trading, but also some of my personal things, you can check it out. Instagram. I'm not a big YouTuber. I just do this for fun. Personally, I do this so I can get my own thoughts out on, not paper, but on video. When you speak it out, I know this saying, you will have whatever you say you have. So I say I have $1 billion and here it comes, right? No, so I'm going to jump right into this cryptocurrency video, get you some TA. So I took off some of the moving averages just so it's a little bit easier for people to see. This is the volume down here. I don't know if you know, the volume in each candlestick represents a different thing. This is a bearish candle called a Marbozu, and it had volume and follow through, and that's why we got downside continuation. When I got into this, I had no idea each one of these little candles means something, right? This guy's a little doji. That's a long-legged doji. That is a candle of indecision. So not very helpful there. But these big girthy green candles, that's typically a green. That's a continuation candle to the upside. Yeah, we got a little continuation off that move, but not much. That's because we're in a downtrend. So in a downtrend, a contra signal or a move that is against the current trend is going to be weaker typically. Okay. Another one really not really exciting, but kind of funny because I don't know if you guys believe in the moons, right? But the moon phases signals has been very, very accurate. And in particular, this is an indicator you can get on TradingView. It's free. If you follow the steps on our free tutorial on how to set up TradingView, there's a link in the description below. There's a referral thing. You get a discount. But every time there's a full moon or a no moon, I call them a bull moon or a bear moon. But essentially, we get some massive moves in the market, and it's been fairly accurate in calling, especially on the downside. Again, we're in a downtrend. So to give an idea, this is a bear moon. That's a bear moon. That's a bear moon. That means the bears are out to kill, right? The bears are going to come out and get somebody. So you might want to sell what you have or short the market. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And this is the silliest thing since sliced bread. If you trade off the moon signals, good luck to you. But it seems to work out, right? So I'll just give you a few iterations here. This last signal, boom, down. 45%, not bad. Okay. Full moon. And look at this. This was a bull moon right here. So if you would have bought right here, not too good, right? Maybe a couple days later, you would have got a little bounce. And again, bull moon right here. Yeah, you get a little bounce, but again, it's a move, a signal against the current trend, which is a downtrend. Again, bear moon right here, bear moon right here. So just measuring out some of the bear moons, and I can't wait for the next bear moon, because boy, I'm going to get shorter than short on this baby. And here's what's going on. So that was a 28% move to the downside. This was a 16% move to the downside. This one is that was a 16% move to the downside. This one, not so good, but still had a little downside move, probably about 3 or 4%. This one right here, great bear signal. Great bear signal. 25%. Boom. 25%. 28%. Okay. This one, let's just go back a little farther. Let's see if it worked last year. So to give an idea, on the other side, right, we're getting these bull moons coming up through this way, and then the bear moons, it's not going to hit every time. It's probably about, an 80% hit rate. So 8 out of 10 times you're going to get a winning trade if you do it just right. And by the way, pick up the phone and call us. If you want to learn how to trade, you can pick up the phone. There's a link in the description below. We're called Bitcoin advisors, right? We're not financial advisors. We don't give tax advice. But if you want to call somebody and talk about crypto, guess what? Pick up the phone and you can talk to somebody, a real person. My assistant will pick up the phone and transfer you to one of our friendly Bitcoin advisors that love. Our motto is love your customer as yourself. So that's it for the moon signals today. But all right, I'll show you a couple of bull moons, right? So this move coming in October 2020, boom, 24% gainer. Again, I'm not an astrologist. Frankly, I don't even barely know what my sign is, right? So here we go. Next phase, 30% up. All I know is that the people that do follow this stuff, man, there's something to it. And actually, my daughter looked up my signs and stuff last night, and boy, she hit the nail on the head. Apparently, I'm a Leo, and apparently Leos are leaders, and they are, I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that, but let's get on with some more of this silliness. So here's another bull moon right here. Boom. So in an upwards market, you're probably going to get a bigger move, right? 38% to the upside. This one, bull moon right there. I mean, dude, if you just took these signals, right, you would have been laughing at the bank last year. There's a lot of other indicators, a lot of better ones, but this is just something people happen to be kind of interested in. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Anyways, that's that for this particular section. Let's get into some real TA now, okay? That's just hocus pocus magic stuff, right? We use other indicators here, and I'm going to start out with the daily time frame. These are just some basic moving averages. This is a 200. This is a exponential moving average. This is a 55 green 55 exponential moving average, a 21, and a 9 exponential. And these price or exponential moving averages, typically when you see what we call the silver cross to the downside, that's typically a good move for a down signal. As you can see, that one played out on the daily time frame for a nice little, if you took the trade, I mean, just blindly right here, I mean, you're still in the money, right? You're still in the money. 55%, not bad. Okay, on the other side of the fence, what else? So just to give you a little like background on what some of these things are, before I really get into, what I think prices are going to do right now. So we're on the daily time frame, and what do we have here? Volatility is maxed out. So we got trend, momentum, and volatility. That's how we trade. Trend, let the trend be your friend till the end of the trend, right? We're in a downtrend. That's prices making lower highs and lower lows. And you can see there's a slew of these lower high, lower low, lower high. And then you got lower low, 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 lower low, low, lows. Lots of lower lows. And that is a downtrend. Now, in a downtrend, right, this is our volatility indicator. This is the BBWP. This measures the width. It's called the Bollinger Band Width Percentile. This measures the width between these two bands. And the farther they get apart, the more volatile the move. And in a downtrend, when volatility begins to expand from a low level, typically you're going to see price go in the direction of the trend. So that being said, what's happened here? We had expansion, price went in the direction of the trend, and now it's time for contraction. So what typically happens during a contraction phase is you get a contra signal move. Oh, look, Biden's on the TV. A gas tax holiday for the equivalent of most oil refineries making more money, and you and we ain't going to see anything. Who cares if gas goes down 50 cents? If my pool man's charging me 40% more than last year, if when I go to the grocery store, milk, bread, eggs, the things I need to survive, right, they're 20, 40, 50% higher. This little gas tax ain't going to do anything for me, and I drive an electric car. I don't know about you, but this is why you don't believe the news, right? Biden's not trying to help anybody. He's trying to get his little re-election thing going, trying to show people, hey, I'm trying to help you guys out. But in fact, this bill's probably not even going to get passed, or so they say. Most Republicans and even Democrats like Nancy Pelosi are against the gas tax because they even know the oil refiners are the only ones they're not going to tax the oil refiners. It's not you or I. The oil refiners are going to get a tax break. Good for them. They're going to save on their taxes. You think they're going to pass those savings along to me and you? I doubt it. I doubt it sincerely. So we've had quite a whipsaw morning here in price action. And I just want to bring up NASDAQ because Bitcoin tends to do whatever NASDAQ does. And look, we are getting a bit of a bounce here, but it's called a pity bounce. And this is a Fibonacci retracement, right? And up to the 382, that's called a pity bounce. It's a weak bounce. So a strong bounce will come up to the 618 for a bull trap and fake everybody out. That's the fake out zone. If we get above the 618, well, okay, we can talk about possibly returning to the top side of the range. If we break the top side of the range, hey, the next target would be something like this guy right here at 13,900. I frankly don't think that's what we're in for at the moment, but I do believe we could get a little bit of a bounce here. Volatility is maxed out, so very similar to Bitcoin. You get a contra-signal move. Nasdaq's in a big downtrend. So how does this play into our analysis today, right? And what I would say is this, is volatility is low, momentum's just crossing up here. Oh no, we'll cross up above 11,636 on the 4-hour, and it will reject getting out of the bullish control zone. So that's kind of a point for the bulls there. However, we have not crossed up yet, and we do have about 2 hours and 56 minutes left on this candle. So I do expect people are going to respond to whatever Biden's saying on the news right now. Hopefully everybody knows that, look, these guys are just going to use all that extra money to buy their own stock back and drive the prices up, because oil stocks are been getting, I think they've been getting crushed. Getting crushed a little bit there. On the other side of the fence, what did I want to bring up? Okay, back onto Bitcoin's price action. So what do I think is going to happen here? I'm going to throw these moving averages back on, kind of give us some support and resistance levels. And I did say yesterday, if we took out yesterday's low, if we had any kind of a closure below 2,400, which I had this pivot lined in here at 2,400, that I do believe that we will head back down, not break the range, but probably head back down to around, oh, let's give a measure move on this scene. Let's see where we could go. So the pivot was right here at $20,400, coming in right here, and somewhere right around here. Call it, I think I had it drawn in right here. I said, hey, look, if we break this guy, very likely, probably going to retest at a minimum. I would say this, and this is why I love this tool, this Fibonacci retracement. Don't forget about me. I'm not predicting the future here. This is just a Fibonacci retracement tool. You can get this thing for free on TradingView. You can learn how to use it too by going to our website and reviewing some of the free investor guide that we have. It's bitcoinadvisors.com. Feel free to check that out or just give us a call. But at a minimum, I would expect a move down to the 618 here, and that would be your bear trap on the other side of the fence. Not a bull trap, but a bear trap. So I'm targeting a move down there, and I do believe that's in the cards. If that breaks, I do believe we will, at a minimum, head down to this target, and that is that. And why do I say that? Well, why do I say that this kind of a move, 18.5 to 19,000? Keep in mind, we are coming up on the weekend. It's Wednesday, so still got a couple days left in the week. And what I would say is that we're pretty close to getting a bounce. And why do I say that? Well, it's this indicator right here. Every time that volatility gets maxed out, what's going to happen is volatility is going to come back down. Same thing when it gets low, right? When volatility gets low, what's going to happen next? It's going to get volatile. There's one thing you can always expect to see in cryptocurrency land, and you know what that is. Volatility, right? So volatility is going to expand and then contract, and then expand and then contract. So volatility is currently maxed out right now. So next portion is we're going to get it. And I watched my own video yesterday for the first time in a very long time. I'm sorry, I'm really not good at these videos, but I'm trying to get my thoughts out so you guys can see. So we're having volatility come down, right? And that's where I'd expect price action to start to, that's CMEs, for us to get a little bit of a relief bounce, but that's all I'm expecting is just a bit of a relief bounce, you know, somewhere to the tune between 15 and 20%. And that's what I would say. Okay. 15 to 30%, something like that. So if the bottom gets put in here on Bitcoin, right here, I mean, if this was the bottom, which I don't think it was, but if Bitcoin comes down to about 19.2, right? If we get a 15% bounce from there, we're talking about, yeah, somewhere up to that 21. I think that's right in the cards right there. Somewhere, and keep in mind, this is going to move down over time, right? So the more days, the more down, right? And then possibly, if we really get a strong bounce because we've been maxed out for some time and we had a huge move to the downside, then I could see bounces coming, somewhere up around 30% higher from here, which would, that is 30%. That's 50%. I don't think we're going up that much. Let's take a look on CMEs. What does CMEs look like? CMEs, I'm going to take out some of these. And we were going over on this channel, this gap. I don't know if you guys saw that back here. This is what's called a CME gap. Futures trade over the week, during the week. They are closed on the weekend. So there's a gap in price action. This gap was coming in back from December 23rd of 2020. Yes, indeed. Right before Christmas. I remember I was in Hawaii. This thing gapped up. And boy, was everybody looking at that gap and saying, hey, is it going to get filled? Is it going to get filled? No, it didn't. That's called a professional gap. Price went onwards and upwards. But I noted it. I told all my employees, I said, look, if we come back down and shoot through that gap, guess what? Prices are going to come down hard, because those gaps are used as support or resistance. And in fact, what happened? We shot through that gap and boom, right to the floor. And what do we have now? We got another gap coming in right here. Look at this gap. This is a nice, healthy gap. So what I would say is if we do get a little bounce, right? This is the way these gaps work. They like to get filled. It will get filled at some point. It might be this year. It might be next month. It might be tomorrow. We come up to that line, right? If we reject here at this gap, I'm right in the middle of Prius?
The model year.
2010. Thanks. Sorry, my assistant needed to know something. Anyways, gaps right here. So if the gap gets up there and it rejects, you can expect a strong move back down, okay? Probably new lows. If we shoot right through the gap, hey, there's another gap right there at 35,000. So if we shoot through the gap, yeah, I'm looking for the next gap to get filled, probably something like that. To the other side, it's 2010. Okay. So anyways, back to the gap. So if we shoot through, yeah, I don't think that's the case. Anyways, long story short, keep an eye on those CMEs. You can look that symbol up, BTC 1 exclamation. And okay, trades are going out, trades are going in. All right, next. So that's it. So bottom line is probably going to get a bounce sometime the end of this week, maybe next week, as we see the volatility, especially on CMEs here. It's weird. Spot price seems to be leading the market. Sometimes the futures leads the market. Sometimes spot leads the market at the moment. But when you see the BBWP get below the moving average, that's when you're going to see the bounce likely happen. And yeah, my good old friend, Mr. Eric Crown, he's been pointing this out. He's been saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And I'm going to repeat it too, because guess what? I think it's very, very accurate. And so I'll be running with that myself. And what else did I want to say here today? Okay, another thing we're going to point out, these are the stochastics. This is a momentum indicator used to, catch the momentum in the market to the upside or to the downside. It's kind of like, imagine a giant snowball either rolling uphill or downhill. In fact, momentum has been to the downside. Since we crossed to the downside, you're not going to believe this, right? You could just blindly trade this indicator, right here. I mean, look at this indicator right here. We crossed the downside right here. This was your cross on the daily time frame. Very powerful time frame, mind you. The higher the time frame, the more powerful the signal is. We crossed to the downside, and what do you get here? What do you get? Well, I'll show you what you got. You got this big nasty move right there. So that gap got shot through. I'm gonna take out some of these levels here. I'll take that off. And so yeah, again, that was the gap right there. So that was the cross. If you just shorted the cross, I mean, let's say you just took half the move, 23%. How many 23% moves do you need in a year to make a living? How many? I don't think you need very many, especially if you're using a little bit of leverage, right? Okay, on the other side of the fence, what I want to talk about, what is Mr. Ethereum doing? Getting slapped on the chin here. Very similar chart to Bitcoin. Volatility maxed out. Could get a bounce alongside Bitcoin. Probably does something like this alongside Bitcoin. We come back down, and then we get that little shot up. Could be wrong, right? And if we do take out this last low on Ethereum, 879. Wow, it got all the way down to 879. Yeah, I think there's a target down there I have for about $700. I've been talking about it for some time. Yeah, right here, 690. That's the next one. And if we do break this on a daily time frame, I'll be looking for that. I'll be trading for that with confidence, and probably getting, some kind of a bounce right there. Bitcoin, very similar, right? Real easy. You guys can get these tools. Like, learn how to trade. Don't be that guy that didn't learn. It's not that hard. We close below here. Oh, I'll be waiting for that. Because the fact is, I don't think Powell's figured it out. And I sure don't think Biden's figured it out. And I think there's some people trying to run this country right into the ground, right? And they're just going to dump it on the retailers' faces. Everybody, who's in the stock market, I think you're going to get crushed. I absolutely think you're going to get crushed. You better get your parachute out now and cut your losses. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Market probably does get a little bit of bounce, right? But the people that I'm talking to that are in this market are saying, hey, look, sell the lower high. Actually, I was telling people right here, when it came down here, sell the lower high. I put the videos out. Sell the lower high. What's a lower high? Here's a lower high. It's really, very simple. Lower high, lower high. That's a lower high. That is a lower high, right? Why do I say it's a lower high? Well, look at this high. It's way up there, right? And then what do you got down here? And this is part of trading. You got to learn how to identify the trend, right? So what do we got here? Lower low, lower low. Lower low, lower low. So the trend will be your friend till the end of the trend, and that's exactly what I'm talking about right now. So as soon as we made this lower low and this lower high right here, that was the trend reversal. I mean, it was clear as day. All you had to do was pay attention, watch the videos, like and subscribe. And by the way, don't forget, help out the channel. Share this with your friends or your family. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, blessed, and highly favored day. Take care.